Plumbing Live Q&A with Roger Wakefield, that is me. If you want to learn plumbing by receiving valuable information. If you believe in having your opinion heard and you want others to hear your opinion, you may be in the right spot. If you want to learn plumbing by just having a freaking awesome time, this is the spot to be. Now, it's not just me. I've got other good plumbers, tradesmen, people that are just getting started, people that are masters, all the way up to company owners. So you are in the right spot. If you're looking for something else and you accidentally found this, then you may want to just go over to the channel and check and see what you can find there. But if you think this is what you're looking for, man, hang out. I got some good people in here. I want to jump into the chat real quick. Landon Brake, good to see you in here. How are you doing today? And it goes straight to the second. See, it jumped on Sean Strong automatically. Landon, how are you doing? There you are. Michael P. Baker, live from Grand Prairie, Texas. Fan of the internationally famous Roger Wakefield, plumber extraordinaire. Man, I don't know where you are, but I need you to jump in the beginning of my live stream each and every week. What a great way to start. And I'm going to start off, and I'm going to go back up to Sean Strong here because Sean is coming to Dallas this Saturday. Those of y'all that don't know about it, man, I made a mistake. I know y'all find that hard to believe. I did something wrong. I talked to y'all a little bit about it last week, but what I did is I was trying to help the plumbers in Texas. And it's not very often that I meant to make a mistake because I don't make a lot of them. I'm joking, but it sounded really good. But anyway, so I figured, look, if I made a mistake, I'm going to own up to it. I'm going to own it. I'm going to say, look, I'm sorry, which I did last week. But I tell you what I'm doing. I've invited 62,007 plumbers in Texas for a beer and a burger. And, you know, it's about the best I can do. So I want y'all to hang around more. We're going to be talking about that later. If you're from the state, I'm going to give you two tickets. They're worth $5 each. You can get food, you can get a beer, you can get whatever you want with it. If you're from out of state and you bring a plumbing license, I'll give you 3 drink tickets. So anyway, if you're here, except Sean Strong, he can have as many as he wants. Here's the deal, though. Guys, look, I messed up. I'm owning up to it. I'm apologizing. I've had threats to burn my house down, threats to blow up my business, threats to whoop my tail, all kinds of fun stuff. Here's the deal. I was trying to help out the plumbers in Texas. And one thing that we always talk about here, we always talk about learning. We talk about education. We talk about being positive, being optimistic. Man, I was trying to do something good. So anyway, I hope that the plumbers that are here in Texas get something out of it, enjoy it. And I'm going to go right back to Michael Baker again. Brother, I love hearing this. So thank you very much. And you're in Grand Prairie. I am right here in Richardson, Texas. Great spot to be. JC Cahal says, hey, what's up? Drew Kirchhoff, what's up, Roger? Love the show. Thank you very much. Hello from One Tom Plumbing. Good to see you in here again. I know, man. Wait, got a super chat already? See, I jumped right into the chat and I didn't even see it. So if it's there, it doesn't show up here on StreamYard or on Restream. I need to ask them about that. But if I jump over here into the live stream and see what I've got over here, I don't see it here. So there it is. Michael P. Baker, thank you very much, brother. I do appreciate it. And I guess I'll see it here in a minute and I'll pull it up there. Just Wolf Tower says, how do I fix when we flush upstairs bathroom? It makes noise. What do you think it is? Well, it really depends on what kind of noise it is. If it's a gurgling noise, something like that, it normally means the drain is stopped up or the vent's clogged. It's draining slowly. If it makes like a screaming noise, it could be your flush valve, or actually your fill valve. If it's making any other noises, you may have a possessed toilet. Brad Molinaro says, second year apprentice in the trade, your videos help me in odd spots. Well, I hate that it's just in odd spots. I really wish it helped you all the time, but you know what? I'll take whatever I can get. I already answered that one. Hello from Hayward, California. So I want to say hello to Fabi Samanego. Fabi Samanego, how are you? Good to see you in here. So here's the deal. And since Fabi started it out, if you're in here, do me a favor and just put down where you're from and what you do. What is it you do? Are you in the trades? Are you not in the trades? Are you just started in the trades? How long of experience do you have? And where are you located? Right there, Hayward, California. So Fabi, thank you for being here. Dustin Newsom says, love your stuff. Really love your disposal margarita machine. So my question is, have you tried to make one? Because I got to tell you, I love that. I love building it, but I really love making the machine. I really love using it. Making margaritas, and that's one of my specialties. And it's really funny because I brought my big balls in. I went to Mardi Gras this last weekend. Just went down to Louisiana and hung out for a little bit. Went down to eat some good food and have a few drinks. It was great. I did not get trashed or anything like that. So it was fun. I needed a mental mindset, just a reset, a getaway. Great place to do it. I mean, if you're going anywhere for food, and you're not going to New Orleans, I want to know why not. Better than that, tell me where you're going because I may want to meet you there. Sam Padilla says, hey, I'm supposed to be working. Well, congratulations, you're not. You're getting paid to listen to my channel. Thank you very much. Just don't get caught because you might get in trouble. Ellen Patuchov says, hello, having a good day today. Man, I have a good day every day. It's really neat. I got to tell y'all, and I want y'all to keep this between me and you. Don't tell everybody. I got interviewed today for a television show, and I think it's really neat. So, and I can't tell you a lot about it, but just the fact that they reached out to me, they reached out to my management company and said, hey, look, we'd be interested in Roger doing a television show. I thought that was pretty cool. So here's what I want to ask y'all to do. So first of all, I know that I've asked y'all to put, where you're from, what you do, yada, yada, yada. And I want to jump over here to the live. I scroll straight down to the bottom. So here's what I want to ask you to do. If you could see me in a TV show, give me a little bit, what would that TV show be like? Because I've got some good ideas, and luckily I was able to present ideas to them, but they've got an idea for a show that they're wanting me to do, and I thought that was really cool too. But if you could see me in a show, what would that show be? And I really want to hear from everybody but Sean Strong, because, man, I cannot even imagine what kind of crazy show he'd have me in. But we're going to talk a little bit more in a minute about what all we've got going on. Like I said, I got a plumber apology party coming up this Saturday from noon to 2. I've invited 62,007 plumbers in the state of Texas. Those of you that aren't in the state, like I said, though, if you want to come down, man, come on down. I'll hook a brother up or a sister. So 0K001, hello, good to see you in here. I don't want to jump back up here to Alon. The neat thing, the reason I said that, what made me think about that, I have a good day every day. I love my life. I think that I am truly blessed to be able to do the things that I get to do. I mean, look here, we've got 51 people in here. We've got 9 thumbs up already, so we're doing something good. But my whole thought is, look, I have the most amazing life. I am always happy. So yes, I am having a good day today. Thank you. Abdul Kayumi says, hey, Roger, is it okay to be a slow learner and have a learning disability to become a plumber? Absolutely. Here's the thing. And here's the way that I would put it to you. Can you tie your shoes? Can you ride a bicycle? Can you say the alphabet? And not laughing at anybody, but I mean seriously, if you can do things like that, you can learn to do plumbing. It is learning to do things the right way and then doing it over and over again. So look, I don't think that there's anybody truthfully that can't be a plumber unless they've got it decided in their mind that they can. So Abdul, I would say absolutely. Sean Strong says, "Woo, yes, we're getting him here." I'm gonna have to get over here and let my dog out here in just a second. Housing authority maintenance. So now we're talking where we're at and what we're doing. So let me let him out real quick. I am going to go to this right here just because we've got it. And I'm going to drink a drink of water. I'll see you in 1 second. Opinion to be heard and value the opinion of others. Do you enjoy a freaking awesome experience and love your customers and want to take better care of them? And do you love receiving information in a systematic process? If you said yes to any of these, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and tell 4,000 of your closest friends about it so they can come subscribe too. I am back. Thank you very much. So now we got the Housing Authority Maintenance, Jared Rondino Sr., Housing Authority Maintenance. I like that. So where are you located? Ryan Farley says, happy Monday from Virginia. Jess Wolf Tower says, how do I fix when we flush? Yeah, we've already talked about that. Finally, I made a live show. So we got Baba Booey 126. Good to have you in the house. So look, again, and I saw some over here. Think about it. If y'all were flipping on the TV and a show came on and it's got me in it, what would your thought be? What is this show about? Just trying to get some ideas here because I love pitching stuff to them. 0K01, what is your thinking about the Russian-Ukraine crisis? I think it's sad. I think, well, I'm not going to get real political on us here, but I think had we had the former president that we had, I don't think that Putin would have done what they're doing. So I don't know. I think that the NATO ought to step up and say, hey, look, but we can't be doing all this. Michael Baker says, you don't make mistakes, you make opportunities. And boy, do a lot of them. Jacob, thank you very much. Jose Garcia is from West Texas. That's a big area. Okay, I'm from Texas, so I know how big it is. What part of West Texas are you in? I've actually gone out to Odessa and Midland and done some work out there for a while. It's pretty cool. Zach Clark says, hey, Roger, I have a question. My third floor will have great water pressure. Then I hear a hammer and the pressure and flow drops dramatically. Only the one sink is doing it. The other floors in the house don't do it. Now, when you say you hear the hammer noise and the pressure drops automatically, does it drop at that one sink or where does it do it? I'm just kind of moving my screens around. Don't worry about me. Just kind of curious. Third floor will have great water pressure. Then you hear the hammer and the pressure and flow. Where do you hear the hammer from? Where do you hear the noise at, Zach? Sean Strong says, if you can't be in Dallas on Saturday, you can join the Discord. Pretty much the same thing. Man, it is. It is pretty much the same thing. We're going to have cameras set up there. We're probably going to try to live stream from maybe TikTok, Instagram, something like that while we're there, just to say hello to people. Jared Ronfido Sr. from Louisiana. Like I said, I was down in New Orleans this last weekend. Pretty cool. Victor Sanchez says the new Wakefield memes are it or lit, one or the other. Man, look, and I got a team over here that does amazing things. So appreciate that. Find Zach Clark, have it in the toilet. I have it in the toilet, second floor. Now listen closely where you're hearing the noise from. And the closer you can get to it, the better you're going to be able to figure this problem out. Drew Kirchhoff, hey, got the name right. I do something right every day of my life, no matter what. It may just be the fact that I get up and put my feet on the ground. Solid Snake 2085 says, hey, Roger, Union Plumber here in Denver, Colorado. Been trying to figure out the best tool to take outside ports on a water heater. To take out the side ports on a water heater for fan coil heating. Ooh. 1/2-inch ratchet sometimes strips the plugs out. Man, that's a tough one. Uh, I like the 1/2 inch ratchet. What kind of socket are you using? Can you get something in there that'll get on the socket better, get on the head better, so it won't slip? Jess Wolf says, "How do I fix?" Okay, Jess, thank you. In the 1960s, they had blue PVC. In the 1960s, they had poly pipe too. Is that in the 60s? I think polybutylene started coming around back then. It was the 70s. Jess Wolf, hammer noises. Okay, but where? That's what I'm thinking is the fill valve. On the wall. There you go. Illinois Handyman says the memes are hilarious. Like Dane does great memes. Man, he is all over it. Okay, Jared's in Louisiana for the Maintenance Housing Authority. Good deal. Got Matt Lowry from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Never knew there's a Fayetteville, North Carolina. Just, of course, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Hammer noise on the wall. Yeah. You've probably got thermal expansion, something like that. It could be loud ticking, or pipes are not secure and it's going to hammer. Okay. Brendan says he's so randy. Shane Ryan says, can you make a video on salvaging a low bid without looking incompetent? Asking for a friend. Well, number one, I don't know that I've ever been the lowest bidder. And the best thing you can do is just sell the value. I would not want to be a low bidder. And it's funny because we talked about this morning with some guys. And I told my guys about a sign that I used to read. And this is when I was in high school. So think about this. I've remembered this for over 40 years. But it was on a cleaner, a laundry company. And it said, our competition may be cheaper than us. Or man, I had it clear in my head this morning too. Our competition may charge less than us. Only they know the true value of what they sell. And if you're doing things right every single time, man, don't be afraid to charge for it. I don't try to salvage the low bids. I will teach you this. Everybody is not your customer. And if you say, oh, yeah, they are, everybody who uses plumbing is my customer. Well, what if they can't afford you? Or they're your customer now? What if they can't afford you doing things the right way? Are you going to lower your standards and do it the wrong way for them to get to afford you? Because I wouldn't want to do that. Scott Petrie says, hey, Roger, HVAC tech from Massachusetts for about 2 years now. Love the channel. Curious how much maintenance goes into your awesome stash. I get asked as many questions about my stash as I do plumbing. The cool thing about it is I do take good care of it. It's nothing special. I got up and I trimmed it this morning as I did my head. I give myself a haircut every Monday morning, trim my mustache. I always shampoo it, condition it, comb it out, oil it, whatever I need to do. Appreciate that. New Hampshire journeyman plumber, 95% clean and drain. Drain medic, good for you. Man, there's a good living in that. Especially, now let me ask you this. Do you follow them up with a camera? Meaning, do you follow them up and see if they've got problems in there? Drew says, Sanford, North Carolina, military here, but hobbyist for a lot of trades. Good for you. Only on your own stuff. See, that's good. Big bass. Jake says, Rhode Island Network IT Manager. Just enjoy trade content of all types on YouTube. Thoughts on an indirect water heater. I have an oil boiler, and the tankless has a leak. Ooh. I tell you what, I like tankless water heaters. I think that, especially if you've already got one, to convert over to one is a price you're not going to have to worry about. You're just going to be able to change it out. So I think they're great. I think that if you maintain them, if you come in and put in or flush them and do the things you're supposed to do, I love them. So I think they're great. RoboSeal says, another Monday, another stream. Absolutely. Let me ask y'all a question too, because we've talked about this before. At least we have here in the office. If I didn't do live streams on Monday from 4 to 5:30, when would be a better time? When do y'all have time where it's like, hey man, if you did it at this time, well, I could get here every week, whatever it is. And I'm just curious because it's we've talked about making a change, but we haven't done it yet. Thank you, sir. Samson Hogg says, "Is it true that you're related to Stone Cold Steve Austin?" Yeah, he's my nephew. Hulk's my cousin. Got it going on, man. Glenn Turner says, "What's a reasonable size shower pan? Which doors would you recommend?" This is really good. Number one, how big of a shower do you need? I've got a 3x3 stall with a bench seat, and I don't like that. And it's not really a stall; it's a 3x3 fiberglass pan. And I bought the home, and I keep saying I'm going to remodel it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about doing that for a video. I want to reach out to Infinity Drains, Ferguson, get them, and that's one thing that I haven't announced yet, and I was going to. Just going to say the plumber apology party. I'm trying to get Ferguson on board for a sponsorship. Look, Ferguson's been great to me. I love what they do. So anyway, just checking. Ashley Barrett Jackson, hello. How are you? It's good to see you in here. John Turnipseed says, Anchorage, Alaska Service Manager, Water Treatment. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I'm actually talking to the Denton Municipal Water District up here about doing some videos for them for Leak Week. So looking forward to that. Zach Clark says, this whole house. Richard Treadway would not like me because I won't use shark bite fittings. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do. I love what he's doing over there. We see things a little bit different. Now it's funny. I'm showing 61 viewers over here on Restream. I'm showing 39 over here on YouTube that I think is live. How many are y'all showing? And either way, my question is why is there only 17 thumbs up? What am I doing wrong today? And if you feel you have to give me a thumbs down, just do it twice, please. Snappy Snapfire says, Roger Wakefield, I live in Minnesota. I get a vacuum in my vent pipe. I get snow and then it freezes. Yep. Is there a cap I can put on the pipe to combat that? There probably is. What I would be looking at, can you run heat tape up there and set it on a thermostat where it only comes on if it gets below freezing? That's what I would look at. Man, I'm not up in Minnesota, so I would contact the plumber up there and ask him because I'd be willing to bet there's something. It's a neat way to look at it, though. I like that. Snappy Snapfire says, Roger, oh, that's the one I just read. Step-by-step fixes. Now, I like that. That could be a cool show. I do like that. Step-by-step fixes. This old house, but from plumbers. This new house. Now, that's a good one. Is it possible for PVC to expand when there is a large flush, just like the cartoons? No. Would love to see a TV like fixing bad plumbing or something similar to this old house. You know what, Scott? This is really funny because that's one of the ideas that I pitched to him. What was literally, okay, so y'all are showing 36 too. Because see, on my live stream over here through Restream, I'm showing if there's 54 viewers right now. Okay, and that may be why. 39 of them are on YouTube. And then I've got one on the Roger Wakefield page and one on the Roger Wakefield group page. Or I'm sorry, 14 on the group page. So that's where the 54 come from. So do me a favor, in the chat right now, just put in YouTube or put in Facebook. Where are you watching right now? Sean Ryan says plumbing rescue like bar rescue. That's one I've talked about because I think that would be phenomenal. I have got enough experience and enough training and enough coaches and enough different things like that I really think I could come in and help companies that are struggling. Okay, so most everybody's on YouTube. I like it that I can hover over my number up there. It won't show y'all though. I wish I could make it show y'all. That shows now I have 46 people on YouTube, 1 on the Roger Wakefield page and 12 on the Roger Wakefield group. Cool deal. Ashley says, hello, Roger. It's Magnolia Plumbing and AC, operations manager here in Shreveport. And I flew right over y'all the other day. On Saturday morning, I flew down to New Orleans, went down for a little Mardi Gras, uh, had fun, ate some great food. Of course, I ate at the Oceana Grill, and I ate at Drago's. I love their charbroiled oysters. I normally do the Acme Oyster Bar. I normally do Deanie's, but this was literally a quick in trip. Get in, eat some good food, rest, eat some good food, go down to Bourbon Street for a little bit, get up and fly back home. Drain Medics is homes on homes. I love that idea. I really like the bar rescue type because I'm associated with a lot of other tradespeople, but I'm also associated with a lot of coaches and consultants that have helped me grow. So, man, I think that could be a wonderful deal. Yeah. Cisco Javier Franco says something like what Holmes does, but strictly plumbing. Snappy Snapfire says it only happens in winter, no issues in spring or summer. Yep. Roger, do you prefer Zern or Uponor? Can you expand on why? I have not used a lot of the Zern expansion pipe yet. I started with Uponor, and that's really just it's what I know and it's what I love. Uh, and I've never had a problem with it. So Colby Berg says Benton, Kentucky, journeyman plumber. Really enjoy your channel and all your info and tips of the trade. Well, number one, thank you very much. Uh, I got a question to those of y'all that are on Facebook because I know that we've still got like a almost 20. If you give me a thumbs up on Facebook, does it show up on YouTube? Just curious because it's all tied together, so I'm not sure how that works. Don't know if y'all are sure either, but just check it. You might be able to give me a thumbs up and then watch it and see if anything changes. Sean says, I don't want to see another Homes on Homes. I'd rather see a forged in fire version of plumbing. I like that. That could be pretty cool. Jose Enriquez says, you're awesome. Thank you very much. And those of y'all that think I'm awesome, look, I messed up. And I'm just going to throw this out right now because I make mistakes too. I was really trying to put out a video to teach plumbers in Texas about things going on with the license. First of all, I sent out a voice call that, hey, this is Roger. And I wish I could find it. I could run it through the machine here for y'all. So it says, hey, this is Roger. Just want to let you know about a video I've got coming out tomorrow. I'll send you a text message. Well, the problem is I tried sending it out to 62,007 people. The problem with that is that as people's phones were going off, it was telling them they had a call from Roger Wakefield. A lot of people just started calling me back. So when that happened, it slowed down the machine. So when all the queue was filled up at 6 o'clock, we thought, hey, it's all good. Problem is, it slowed down the machine. So instead of all those calls still going out, it was waiting for open lines, and calls were going out till about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I did make some people mad. I promise you it was not intentional. But what I'm doing is I'm hosting a party this Saturday. Sean Strong is coming to town. But we are literally, man, I felt bad about it. So I've offered to buy beers, burgers, whatever people want to come down for. I'm going to give Texas plumbers, as long as they bring their Texas license in, give them two $5 tickets. They can buy beer, they can buy food, they can buy whatever they want with it. Abdul says, hey, Roger, I'm from Sacramento. I'm an electrician, but thinking about switching. Yeah, I would. You mean switching to becoming a Texan or becoming a plumber? Just curious. They're both great, high up on my list. No, look, I love electricians, and that's part of the interview today that they want me to work with. Okay, Michael P. Baker, I see your note down there. I'm going to get there. This Saturday, 12 to 2. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. Jose Enriquez says, think you're the best plumber out there. Thank you. Sean Strong does not agree with you, but that's okay. He doesn't have to. Abdul Kiyumi says, I can see you on Hoarders. Yeah, I could see me on there too. Be like, get this out of here. Jose, I don't remember where you're from. Was it you from California? Maybe I'm right. Uh, that's not let me scroll better. Oh, that's Abdul. Okay. So here's the deal. Any out of state plumbers coming in, like I said, I'll give you 3 drink tickets. I know you're not coming from California. Uh, but Sean's going to be here. And I got to tell you, I specifically invited Sean, asked him to come down. I love what he does on the subreddit. I love what he does on the Discord and just being in here all the time. Sean is a great guy, so it's going to be good to see him down here. Yeah, I can see me on Hoarders too. Glenn Turner, Country Club Hills, Illinois, DIY recommended shower size and door to use. Okay, so back to the shower size. I started talking about what I had. I'm sorry about that. I would love if my shower was about half a foot wider to a foot. I don't know that I've got room to go a full foot, but if I had like a 4x5 shower, maybe 6x4, something like that, I would love that. I want it big enough that I can have a rain shower head. I want the body sprays. But when I remodel a shower, I'm going to do it right. So anyway, that's my thought. If I could go 4x5, that would be about the smallest that I want. And I got to tell you, I'm loving these new hotel glass doors that just slide out of the way, stuff like that. There's some cool stuff out there. So good luck. Man, if you do something like that, let me know. I'd definitely be interested in seeing it. That's a great spot to go post your pictures over on the subreddit. If y'all have not been there, have not seen it, it is at Roger Wakefield Posts. And man, we got some good stuff over there. In fact, we just shot a video the other day about the stuff off of our subreddit. So we do have fun with it. Yeah. Botched new construction fixes. So here's one of the things I pitched, because we get calls all the time about, hey, I had a plumber come out and they did a horrible job. And my thought was always, I would love to, go in, look at the problem, talk to the homeowner about what they told the plumber, HVAC tech, whoever it is. I'm a licensed HVAC tech too. What did they tell them? And then contact the plumber and say, hey man, like, I want to talk to you about this. Do you think this is right? Do you not think it's right? I'm dealing with a deal down in San Antonio right now where this guy comes in, a plumber, comes in to do leak detection. He does not have any equipment to listen properly. He just starts cutting open holes in walls. And the homeowner's really, man, upset about it. The problem is he doesn't find a leak. He starts cutting apart pipe then, caps it off, still tells them they have multiple leaks up under the slab. They get frustrated, and finally, after cutting all these holes, they said, look, man, just leave. Let us think about this. Let us figure it out. They call another plumbing company in San Antonio who comes out. They've got a leak at the valve box in the front yard. So it's like, man. Snappy Snapfire, thank you very much. I see that it's going by over here on the live screen. Harley, hold on just a second, guys. Let me go stop my dog. Hold on. Opinion to be heard and value the opinion of others. Do you enjoy a freaking awesome experience and love your customers and want to take better care of them? And do you love receiving information in a systematic process? If you said yes to any of these, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and tell 4,000 of your closest friends about it so they can come subscribe too. Sorry about that. My dog wanted to rip off somebody's head. He's a good dog, so I should have allowed him. So anyway, I pitched them the idea of, because of the calls that I get, like this guy down in San Antonio, and literally, Timar, no, you didn't. Literally, this guy had no idea what he was doing. But, and you go read his website, and it says he specializes in leak detection and stuff like that. So that's the kind of deal that I pitched to him a long time ago, at least to my management team, saying, hey, look, here's something we could do. And I don't know. I don't guess that they like the idea as much as I did. Snappy Snapfire says, right, American Choppers, what I would think if I seen you on a show. Just kidding, you're better looking. And look, I used to ride motorcycles, and I'm looking for a new motorcycle, so let me get back in there. It flushes. I like that. Is there such a thing as 7-inch cast iron? 7 inches long, not in diameter. Uh, Southeast Texas is the place to be. Look, I love all of Texas. Like Clark says, just one sink. Jacob Wilson says, how long did it take you till you found out plumbing was going to be your full time career? You know, I'm lucky because I've. Hold on again. I got people knocking at the door. Hold on just one second, guys. Sorry about this. Opinion to be heard and value the opinion of others. Do you enjoy a freaking awesome experience and love your customers and want to take better care of them? And do you love receiving information in a systematic process? If you said yes to any of these, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and tell 4,000 of your closest friends about it so they can come subscribe too. Sorry about that, guys. I had an Amazon delivery. Didn't even get to open it up, and that really bugs me because I love seeing what I get. Uh, so, how long did it take me to figure out plumbing was going to be my full time career? I actually just I found out about plumbing when I was still in high school. One of my best friends, his father and his older three brothers were plumbers, and man, I was talking to him one night. It seemed like a great opportunity. So that's when I did it. I've got out of plumbing a couple of times, but I keep getting back in it because I love what I do. I love building things, but I also love getting in and figuring out what problems are. And that's why I think service plumbers are probably the greatest job there is. So I'm going to jump back over here in the walls. Roger, you still doing lead and oakum joints? Okay, I know I'm old, but I ain't that old. I have done lead and oakum joints, and I can. I can pour a rope. I can run a rope. I can pour it. I can pack it. I can do it all. Mr. Wyatt Baker says, taking my journeyman's plumbing test soon. What are some tips for the test from Michigan? First of all, depending on what code book your test is by, if it's the UPC or the IPC. I love the UPC book because you can take the UPC study guide, go to the back, look up all the answers because it'll give them to you. Go into the chapter and just highlight the correct answer. And I've got a whole video on how I do this. And literally read it like it's a book. And if you do this over and over and over again, and it's going to be great. You'll get to where you know everything on there. And then I'll tell you in my book or in my video what else to do on the ones that you're not 100% sure about. But if you go through and do that, it's phenomenal. Heaven Sent says, also my tub spout is leaking and took it off. Had a bad split in the copper. Do I cut it back or what? It depends. If it's in a position where you can squeeze it together, put a male adapter on and solder it to screw the new spout on. And even if the split doesn't go all the way back in the wall, you may be okay. Depending on what kind of tub spout you're putting back on there. You may need to cut it right at the wall, put a coupling on and solder a new nipple out, depending on what kind of spout you're putting on. All right, so I'm going to give y'all a quick heads up, just because we're almost halfway through. I'm going to be doing the event this Saturday at the Truck Yard in Dallas, and I'll talk more about it later. But I just want to say, look, thanks to Ferguson for saying, hey, look, man, we want to help you with this. Thanks for the Truck Yard. I'm trying to reach out to Milwaukee, so if y'all know anybody at Milwaukee that thinks that they would like to help do something cool. I mean, look at this, man. I've got Milwaukee stuff. Oh, no, I guess y'all can see it. You can. Right there. See, I got my pack out right there. I got Linux, man. I got all kinds of cool stuff in here. Anyway, Ferguson has said, hey, look, we'd like to help sponsor this deal. So I think that's cool. Aaron Curtis says, why choose plumbing for my career? Man, plumbers protect the health of the nation. And to be a service plumber, you get to get out and you get to take care of customers every single day. And I don't think that there's any better reason. And it's funny because in my television show interview today, I literally told them that. They said, why plumbing? What makes it the best trade? And that's it. Plumbers protect the health of the nation, and we do it every day. Plumbers save more lives than doctors. And man, what better feeling to have in your life? Uh, Abdul says, "Hey, Rogers from Sacramento, California. You're an electrician. Second best trade there is. Got hands down. Maybe third behind HVAC. Muslim plumber. Does the smell of cement and glue and primer bother you? You know, it really doesn't. But I also, and I love this question because I get asked that a lot. People say, "Oh, well, I can't be a plumber because of this." It's like, look, you can do anything you want to do. I always try to have it in an open work area, or if I'm in a closed area, take the lid off, put it back on. You don't have to just lay there in the fumes all the time. Sean Strong talking about where he's from, about 3 hours north of Denver. Victor Sanchez says, "Do you know of any online training course for new people coming in the trades?" You know, on my YouTube channel, I've got a free introductory, what kind of plumber do you want to be? And I think it's worth looking at. There's a lot of training out there. I don't know that a lot of the online ones are really good. I'm working on trying to put stuff like that together. I've got an online course for plumbers, but it's how to become a better plumber, how to get into the trades and get a good job. That's the one that I talk about a lot. Snappy Snapfire says, "Hey, Roger, anything I can do to keep the snow out of my vent pipe on the roof?" You know, there's got to be some kind of a cap like you would put on a water heater vent that would keep the snow from going down in it. So I would think that there would be. I would say contact a plumbing company up there. Down here in Texas, we don't have that problem. So, and literally until you asked it, I'd never even thought about it. So I would think about it. And this is great, guys. If you've got questions or anything like that, the subreddit is fantastic. The Discord is a great place to talk and communicate and ask questions. Sean is in there every day. Love what he does, so it makes it really, really cool. There's the post to it too, the Roger Wakefield post. The Nightbot's even saying, "Hey, check it out." The competition may beat us on price, but how badly are they going to beat you? There you go. I like that. And that's it. And one thing that I tell them is that, we don't know what the competition leaves out. We don't know how they can get their price that low because we can't do it, not and do the job the way that it needs to be done. When you explain stuff like that to somebody, you're normally good. Amanda Bentley says, "Hi, bad smell coming from the bathroom. Purchased house a few months ago and smell was non-existent until we moved in. Opened the jacuzzi panel and looked around, smells 10 times worse. Nothing found that would cause the smell. Do we assume that it's sewer gas?" Possibly. I would look at the jacuzzi tub. Is there a P-trap under it? Look at the lavatories. Is there a P-trap under it? I've seen handyman come straight out of the arm and come right straight up with a 90. And I mean, and you get pure sewer gas. So, yeah, I would assume that it's sewer, but I would check around and see where it's coming from. Amanda, if you can't tell, I've got a video on a smoke test. That's probably not something you can do yourself, but at least if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There you go. The Nightbot knows everything. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and share with a friend. Sean Strong says, "You think Roger has a nice mustache? Just wait till he gets it." Yeah, when he gets to Texas, it's all over. Benjamin Black says, "I would love to hear your opinion about electric hot water heater anode rods. Just purchased some corrosion guard anodes with titanium rods. I have not heard of those yet." I tell you what, an anode rod, whether it's gas or electric, it's a good thing. Replace it after the first year or so, and you can literally make your water heater last longer. That's what it's about. Did you know that in Florida you never have to take a journeyman test? You're not required to have one journeyman in your entire company. To me, that's sad. Well, look, I love the fact that Texas is one of the most stringent places to get your license. And a lot of people tell me, hey, Texas is too hard to get a license. It's not hard. Texas just wants you to be good plumbers. And me, every one of us should want to be the very best. Yeah, it was 420 a while ago. Kingman, Kansas, gamer and YouTuber. Fantastic. Man, I'm not much of a gamer. I wish I was because I do enjoy it sometimes. It's just, man, these games today are so intense. Cody Nunn says, did a gas test the other day, was leaking. So went to the crawl space and there was a dresser coupling on a galvanized line to black iron. Yeah, I've seen people do that. I'm like, why? Drew Kirchhoff says, same time any day of the week is great for the show. Nice to listen to something interesting on the long drive from home to work. Thank you very much. Stress says, hey, Roger, I got about 7 years experience in plumbing, not much gas knowledge. Do you think it's valuable to start a plumbing business? I'm an expert in drain cleaning. Start out a company and advertise drain cleaning. Make that your go-to. If your go-to is really something you're good at, you can make a living doing that. And then later, as you grow, you can either hire someone to do the gas work or sub it out. And I guess my first question really should have been, where do you live? If you're in Texas, of course, gas falls under the plumber. If you're not in Texas, it may not. So just curious. And the Bentley says 13. Snappy Snapfire says, I see 35 on YouTube, 36. 36. Yes, 39. Snappy Snapfire says the problem with heat tape is it gets 40 below here. Wow. My question is, and it's not a question. I could never live where it's that cold. That would just drive me crazy. I like beaches, bikinis, summertime, stuff like that. That's ridiculous. Have you ever found rats and cockroaches in pipes? Man, I saw a cool picture, and I don't remember where it was the other day, of a toilet where a rat crawled up in the bottom of it and got stuck. Pretty crazy. 43. Gangster says, I've seen a huge rat in a 4-inch waistline. Wow. Crazy. Facebook, and then a ton of YouTubes. Facebook. I got more on Facebook than I figured I had. Yes. Let's see something if I just keep doing. Who's it? YouTube. Facebook in Parker, Colorado. Good to have you in here. We got more Facebooks than I was thinking. Michael Strain says, how much roughly guesstimation of replacing all cast iron from tub to sink, toilet, vent stack to PVC? If it's one bathroom and you can do it through one hole or one tunnel, it could be anywhere from 8 to 10 grand. Could be a little more than that. It depends on what all you're doing. Christopher Leroy is doing a shower pan vinyl. How far do you run it up the wall, and do you wrap the bench? I run up 12 inches, and yes, I wrap the bench last because I want it to overflow down into the other pan. Gabe says, hey, Roger's gas license included with the Texas plumbing license. It is. If you're a licensed plumber in Texas, you're licensed to work on gas. If you've got a master license, you're licensed to do that too. 49, yeah. And now I'm showing 61 on YouTube and 64 total. So, yeah, my Facebook went down to 4 and YouTube's up to 60. Merrick says, Uncle Roger, how do you deal with a germophobia? I'm an apprentice plumber, and I wash the skin off my hands. I really like plumbing, though, kind of battling with myself. Wear latex gloves. Wear latex gloves under your jersey gloves or under your rubber gloves. And, man, look, I'm 41 years old. I've never had anything get to me or anything like that. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but, man, don't panic over it. It's not going to kill you. It's going to make you stronger, like me and Sean. Snappy says, thank you so much for your time and your information offer for free to us. You're amazing. Now, look, I have fun doing this. I love the fact that the messages that I get, Sean, don't be telling people to picture me in a bikini. It's crazy because I love what I get to do. I get to talk about a trade that I love. I get to help people get in it. I get to help people get better at it. So, man, I thoroughly enjoy it. Kenneth says gave you two, so I'm assuming that means two thumbs down. Uh, absolutely. Facebook, electric anodes, no Facebook thumbs up. Do not show up on YouTube. They're both different. Okay, that's what I thought. Just double checking. And the electric anodes, look, change them out after a year. If you're talking the anode rod, not the elements. Hunter Hayes says, "Hey Roger, glad to make the live. I was on a plumbing group on Facebook and someone commented, 'Better call Roger. Thanks for all you do.'" Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Rutro. I know the 3 a.m. text messages. I upset a lot of people. All right, Michael Baker, we are getting together at the truck yard in Dallas this Saturday from 12 to 2. If you have a plumbing license, bring it, and I will give you 2 drink tickets for it. That may be what came in. No, that's too big a box. Order some special drink tickets for this. Ron Lowell says, I would have appreciated a phone call from you any time of day. Man, I appreciate it. And a lot of plumbers came in and replied, says, man, it didn't bother me, or hey, I'm just glad he called to let us know. So anyway, a lot of people got pissed off about it though. Kenneth said they'll get over it. They needed to know too many don't stay plugged in and were caught completely off guard back in 18. Yeah. And luckily, man, I got to be part of that. So I enjoyed getting to get down and speak at the Capitol. That was fun. So absolutely. Mr. S says, Roger has 7 years experience, expert at cleaning drains. Yes. Talked about that one a while ago. How much experience do you recommend before starting a business? And enough that you feel comfortable doing things, because when it's your business, you're the go-to person. The buck stops with you. And you've got to be able to say, hey, this is right, this is wrong. And you've got to be able to do what's right and do it every time. Lorenzo Crisculo says, from Montreal, Canada, what do you think of PEX manifold home run systems for water distribution? I kind of like it. I see good things and bad things about it. I like it because if you have a leak on an individual line, you shut it off there at the manifold. What I don't like about it is that you don't have the hot water circulation, so you're always going to be starving for hot water or waiting for it to get there. Man, there's good and bad in everything we do. I like the manifold though. If you can locate it centrally in the house to where you've got hot water going to it and then to everything else, it can be a good deal. Michael Parker, thank you very much. Michael Baker, sorry about that. Look at the other deal. Here's what I'll say, man, bring your plumbing license down. Be happy to buy you a beer and talk to you and see how y'all are doing. Jesus Laura says, what questions do I need to ask when inquiring about a repiping of my house? Basically, what are the most important questions to ask outside of materials, use, credentials, and what's included? Those are the big things. What materials are they going to use? Number one, how do they know that's going to fix your problem? How do they find your leak? Do they know exactly where it is? Did they get in and do leak detection, leak isolation? And man, are they tunneling? Are they making a hole in the floor? Is it covered by insurance? And I can have a whole conversation. I could probably do a whole 1.5 hour video on leak detection. It's one that, man, it's a big deal down here in Texas. Stephen Schade says, your show could include the history of plumbing, all the technological innovations, explained by why Orangeburg pipe was even considered and how it did not work, things like that. Well, I think that a lot of us plumbers would enjoy that, but that's one that John Q. Public is going to be like, okay, who cares? Whatever show we end up doing, it's going to have to be one that's going to be entertaining for everybody. Because literally today they're saying, look, the show we're talking about, they see the possibility of multi-seasons, and it could be a really neat deal. Jason Krause says hoarders. This man is a plumbing genius. Thank you for giving us that don't know some knowledge in maintaining their homes with plumbing stuff. Look, I love the fact that I get to do what I get to do. And I think Sean Strong's right. Service plumbers are heroes. And the reason I say that, and it's not just blowing my own horn or anything like that, but plumbers do protect the health of the nation. And like I said, I had that conversation earlier today. But here's the deal. I love it when I can help people that don't know how to fix their plumbing and can't afford to. I love it when I get to show them the way that they can do it. So I think it's big. Matthew Herrera, yes, you can join the union with the GED. Just check with your local union, make sure. I know you can here in Texas. Mateo Dragon says, hello, how are we doing? Orangeburg is terrible, you're right. Snappy Snapfire, there we go. You're amazing. I have a lot to learn as a new home owner from you and what to do before I bought, like the sewer and water test. Thanks a million. Number one, thank you. Number one, thanks for the super chat. But also, look, I love helping homeowners, home buyers. And man, it's a cool deal. Drain Medic says, would love to do a collaboration between both channels sometime. Both channels someday. You know what? I'm always up for collabs. So figure something out that sounds good. Quest Seekers 49 says, hey, Roger, just want to stop by and say hi. I'm glad that you did. Gamer HD Central says, hey, Roger, Union Plumber from Canada. My company just switched to shark bite. Ooh. Man, I got to tell you, I don't like shark bites, especially when you're putting them in a wall. If it's not exposed where people can see it leak every day, it's not good. That's my opinion. Ollie Dor, how we doing? Tim R says, I love shark bite. You're a sick puppy. Hi from Quebec City, Canada. Good to see you in here. What kind of puppy dog do I have, man? I got a rescue dog, and man, it breaks my heart. I got this dog about 3 or 4 years ago now. When we got him, he had rope burns around his ankle and had scars or scabs and sores on his face. And I found out that the company or the people that they got him from used to tie him up and let pit bulls fight him. And look, I'm a dog person, so that just tears me a new one just thinking about it. But this is the most loving, most wonderful dog. And now he's come down with lymphoma. So I take care of him like he's my baby. Gino Martin says, would you ever consider taking someone on with no experience and considering a career change to plumbing that doesn't have the financial means to go to school? Gino, I teach people how to get in the trade without having to go to school. You can go to school, and I say go to school, you can join the union, and you're going to get paid while you learn. But open shop, yeah, I bring people in, open shop, and hire them, and we teach them plumbing, so it can all be done. Mr. Highway 03 says, how do you go about obtaining your plumbing license? That may be a dumb question, but I've just never looked into it. I'm sure it differs state by state. I'm working for an open shop company. Well, depending on what state you're in, what I'd tell you is in Texas, you have to register as an apprentice to start clocking your hours. To become a tradesman, you need 4,000 hours. To become a journeyman, you need 8,000. But you want to do it. Man, if your state requires a license, check into it. Find out who the AHJ is, the authority having jurisdiction. And, man, you want to document your hours. You want to make sure that if a license is required in your state, that you're doing the things to get it. Matthew Harris says, can you join the union with the GED? I talked about that a while ago. Yes, you can. Mirage says, hi from Sweden, and wonder if the different states in America use different standards for plumbers, or is it the same kind of standard? Here's the bad thing. And look, and I've talked about this before. I would love to see a national license, a national standard. we understand it's going to have to be different in different areas. I can't bury a line 12 inches deep in New York and it not freeze, but I can do it here. So there's things that are going to have to be different. So you create addendums, but I do think a nationwide certification is great. That way, when there's a flood and hurricane, or a flood or hurricane in Louisiana, Texas plumbers can go down there and help. When we have a hurricane in Houston, plumbers can come over here and help. And the good thing is the state of Texas just passed that to make it where they can do that. So our reciprocity agreement with Louisiana is now a good thing. And Raj says, like if something is illegal in one state but is completely fine in another. Yes, because we have different codes. We have the IPC, the UPC, and different things like that. Cody Nunn says, did a gas test the other day, was losing pressure, so I went to crawl space, and there was a dresser code. Yeah, I saw that one. You do pipe jetting, and if so, what's the average cost for 100 feet of jetting? It depends on how big the line is, how solid it is. We've got 2 different jetters. Look, I think they're phenomenal. I love them. Probably $400 or $500 just to get started. Just saying. Christopher Leroy says, I'm doing a shower pan vinyl. How far up? Yes, already answered that. Hey, that's my little cough ad. I kind of like that. Welcome back. Thank you. I had to go take care of my puppy. Watch out, fly-by-night companies. They take good jobs. They take good jobs done right. No, don't know if they're doing them right. Ollie Dorr says, is there any difference between American and Canadian plumbers regarding laws? There probably is, but it's probably just licensing. Here's the good thing: if you're a Canadian plumber and you wanted to come to Texas, you can probably contact the state board, and as long as you can prove your hours, you can come down here and get things done. Oh, I'm way behind. I might have to start flying through these, or I'm not going to get caught up. Pat Ross is just a plumber. Come out, said pipe should be cut, and then do the ring and flange. $900. Then I have a sink that I can't run because it leaks. That's not good. Can you report them to the authority having jurisdiction? Tim R, be careful with those shark bites. No doubt. Quest Seeker says, did you have someone in your family who got you into getting the trade? It was a best friend. Got me into plumbing. I like this. With shark bite, the name says it all. Bite this is not a permanent fix. Hey, Roger, also found out about plumbing in high school in Canada. Started your own roofing company at 19. I love that. Services for the heroes. We talked about that a while ago. Cisco Javier Franco says, have you ever installed corner lavs or corner toilets? I've done corner lavs before, never a corner toilet, and it wasn't a problem. Please thumbs up on the video. Let's help Roger on YouTube. And that's it. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, but hit it twice. Kenneth Allen says, Roger, in the wake of education changes here in Texas, your thoughts on educating the general public? I think the more we educate plumbers through high school and the Texas State Technical College and trade schools that are going to be able to help people become plumbers faster, I think that's going to educate the public. I really think the Texas State Board, I think water municipalities, I think a lot of other people should be helping educate them too. Justin Lawson is starting a company, 1 or 2 trucks, meaning just myself, or go big and start with 2. I started out with myself, and then as I was not able to get all those calls filled, I hired somebody else. When you have 1 truck, you're going to make good money. When you have 2, 3, and 4, that's when it's a struggle. But once you get up to 5 or 6, you can start making money again. Sean Strong is correct. Share your pictures on the Discord and on the subreddit. And there's the link to them right there. I'm going to go ahead and lock that one up top. Kenneth Allen says, mostly to curb unlicensed work. I think that's a big deal that we all need to be looking at. The license is a great thing to have, but The bad thing is that when people without a license get out and work, they don't know what they're doing. And I'm not going to say all of them, but I'm going to say, look, if you're a handyman and you do know what you're doing, try to get your plumbing license. It could really help you and your business. Gamer HD Central says, hey, Roger, worked for a union company in Canada. Yeah, sorry about that. The lid back home stinks when you knock the can over under a house. Boy, that's true. Smelling glue and primer is the best part of the job, especially in small crawl spaces. And I wonder if I got backed up because I've seen some of this. Sorry to ask that twice. My intent was not good when I started watching internet. Okay, thought you said intent. I was like, wait a minute, what? PVC caps do exist. Great to keep squirrels and nuts out. Yeah, but if it's on the one freezing, you don't want to put a cap on it. There you go. Sean Strunks has put a loop on it like a candy cane. Sean, do y'all do that in Nebraska? I've never seen it down south, but that is a good idea. Do they freeze up because of condensation? Christopher Leroy says oversize the vent through roof, prevent buildup and freeze. Vent caps. Yeah, I knew there had to be something out there. Greg Allen says plumbing apprentice from Scotland. Crazy how different plumbing is in other countries. You know, I agree, and we could probably have some great conversations between us, wondering how is it really that crazy. The snake killed 0012 says homesick today sucks because I just started as an apprentice last week. Hoping, if I'm honest, my company will understand. In the times we're in with the pandemic, hopefully just a cold. Well, at least let them know you're at home watching Roger Wakefield's videos. You're trying to learn everything you can. Good luck and congratulations. Dylan Glebe says, toilet question. Old toilet that came with the home. Sometimes it flushes strong. Sometimes water sits in there and barely goes down. Augured many times. Sometimes helps. Sometimes it doesn't. Thoughts? It's either a stoppage or a clog in the vent. You've got something that's making it drain slow sometime. If you've tried augering it, you might try going up and running a snake or something down your vent pipe. Amanda Bentley, you are welcome. Change toilet wax. There you go. You know much about new house rough ends. I'm currently working commercial, but planning on starting my residential company. I would say don't start your residential company until you know more about it. I do know about home rough ends, new house rough ends. Matter of fact, I made a video how to plumb a house the other day. Talk about the underground, talk about the wall rough, everything. I'm trying to get the guy to call me back so I can go back and talk about setting fixtures. Snappy Fire says, but it's Florida. Electric anode rod designed and warranted for 20 years. Man, I got to check those out. I don't know what Elden Ring is. James Brown says, hey, Roger, just one case for men on leaving Master Plumber on the trucks. Just want a case. I'm not sure what you mean, man. I'm trying to get it. Steve Harloa Brothers in the house. Good to see you. Aloha, sir. Anthony Ciopa. Anthony Ciopa says, our area, both New York and Connecticut, have good standards for licensure, but the upper counties of New York are county by county. And Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in New York, the company has to have the license, not the plumber. Am I correct? Just checking, because that's what I think I've heard. Sandstone. Yes, indeed. You don't know gaming till you've seen Roger play Frogger. Hey, I'm Froggy, man. I get all over it. My game used to be like Galaga. Used to love it. Hello? Hello. See, don't even go there. California, but born in Texas, considering coming back. Texas is a great spot to be. And it says 60 watching. I'm down to 51 now, and I know I'm running behind. Got to sign off, so I have to test backflow preventer at dental office. Good luck. Anthony Benatti, how we doing? I know. Y'all are getting excited for all the wrong reasons. And he says, hey, Roger, it's your number one New York City licensed plumber, Anthony. If you're in local one, if that's what you mean, I hope you tell John Cullen I said hello. We're all here. I'm glad. Lorenzo says, what do you think of PEX manifold? Talked about that one a while ago. See, these doubled up questions you're getting me. Emilio says, Roger, live in Houston. How can I go about locating the fittings on the main sewer line? I want to run new lines to a new sewer. Thank you. You need a camera and a line locator. And it works. Kenneth Allen says, would have never guessed you being younger than me, Roger. I'm just a kid at the age of 58 years old. So, and I love what I do. 2 is 35 too old to start a union apprenticeship? No, actually, when I was an instructor in a union, I had an apprentice that was 55 years old, and he loved what he was doing. I was testing the Facebook thumbs up. I love it. I don't really know if it'll. Hey, I tried giving it a thumbs up and see what happens. Dylan Gleaves, toilet question. Old toilet. Okay, we talked about that idea a while ago. If it's not fun, why are you doing it? And I love that. It's like me. My life story is if it ain't sexy, I don't do it. Steve Arlois says, no kidding. I don't care what time it is. If Roger calls me, I'm answering. We'll be very happy about it. Well, aloha, brother, and thank you very much. Hey, Burger and Beer Party this Saturday, 12 to 2 at Truck Yard Dallas, guys. Bring your plumbing license. If you got a plumbing license, I'm going to give you drink tickets. G. Richardson says, can I add a second thermal bypass valve on a hot water recycling system without degrading the performance of the first? You know, I've never seen that, but you probably could. I would think that the second one wouldn't cut off until it reached temperature 2, so I would say so. Mr. Baker, brother just came by and say hi. We're going to be having fun. You ain't got to buy me a beer, I promise. Warrior King Cross says, do you jet out sewage lines? Yeah, like I said, it's about $400 or $500 there. There you go. Don't forget to feed the algorithm and hit that like button. Steve got it going on. Yeah, everybody in here right now, man. We got 58 people in here, and I think 52 of them are on YouTube, and I've only got 51 thumbs up. Something is wrong here, and one of those is mine. Thank you here for the super chat. Anthony Bonatti says, hey, Roger, put my resume together and put it out there, and moving to more of a managerial role after graduation with mechanical engineering degree. And now having over 10 years experience, look like lead MEP superintendent or project manager. And that's great. That's a great opportunity. Number one, I love the fact you've got 10 years experience and an engineering degree. Anthony, that is phenomenal. Congratulations. Hunter Hayes says, I was in Heatwave Plumbing Supply in Broken Arrow picking up a waste horn. Saw you on the TV talking about products. Any tips to get partnerships? You know, here's the deal. If you're growing a channel or growing any social platform, here's what I'll tell you is what you got to do. Sorry, I moved over and now I'm trying to get back. There we go. You build that reputation, and eventually, when you get enough subscribers, you can start reaching out to people. And man, it worked well for me. My first sponsorship deal was with Ferguson. I've done a lot of other ones since then, and man, I love Ferguson. So it was a great thing for me to do. So all I'd say is keep doing what you're doing. You'll get there. There you go. Dale Lewis, I love that comment. I'm gonna leave that one up top. I've been teaching the new guy how to throw away shark bites. Good for you. Talking about the TV show, you say Joe Public might not care, but there is a certain YouTube channel that might disagree. And I'm right there with you. If you were a plumbing apprentice again, is there anything you wouldn't do in your career now that you would have done it? Here's what I would tell you. Life motivation with James Little. If I see anybody getting in the trades now, I always tell them, try to be the very best. Try to be the very best every single time. And the reason being, it's going to help you in the long run. And my question is, if you're not trying to be the very best, why not? So I like that one. I think it works great. Richard Pierce says, have you ever seen an Orangeburg sign? I collect sign, and Orangeburg has made me tons of money in the past 45 years. Haven't seen a sign, but I know where you're coming from. When I lived in Austin, we replaced a lot of it. Steve Arloa says, how do people live with themselves treating dogs like that? I love dogs so much. Never met a dog that I didn't like or that didn't like me. Man, this is a good one, man. He really is. He's got to be one of the smartest dogs I've ever met. I don't have to put a leash on him. We go outside. He stays close. If he starts to walk off, I ask him to come back. He's a good one, and I bring him to work with me every single day. Michael says, I have 5 dogs. You are exceptional. Man, look, I've always been a dog person, and this one touches your heart. He's a good dog. As a matter of fact, we've got a picture of him on the back of our vans, and it says, I love my Plumber. Miss Julie Wakefield in the house says, hey, Roger, just got in. Heard you talking about Harley. He is the best puppy dog, and he loves you. Thanks. Science Man 96 game, you ever buff your bald head? I do. We need more women in the trades. Drain Medic, I agree with you. Oh my gosh. Drain Medic, if you're not connected with Jamie McMillan, Kick Ass Careers out of Canada, she's phenomenal. You should definitely connect with her. We need more women in the trades. Yes, we do. All right. Kelsey, one video and you saved me $250. Man, you ought to watch more of that. I mean, I'm just saying, and if you hadn't given me a thumbs up, you should have done that too. I'm just pointing out the obvious. No, Kelsey, look, I love that because that's why I started my channel, was to help homeowners learn to fix their own plumbing. So thank you. Justin, thank you. Best gloves for plumbing work, it depends on what you're doing. If you're soldering, I like jersey. If you're working with heavy tools, big heavy power tools, a shovel, something like that, I love leather. And if you're working under sinks or toilets or garbage disposals, I like vinyl. Those of y'all that have seen my green gloves, I love my gloves. Yes, you know what? I did see pictures. Guys, look, if y'all have not done it, and I know that we're talking about it, the link to the subreddit is going to pop up. Matter of fact, it just did. Uh, if you have not gone over there, go over there and join. You're going to come across a picture, a video one day that you want to share, and you'll be like, wait, where was it I go put this? Go over there and join. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Steve, thank you for everything you do over there, brother. Cal says, if you shut water to toilet you aren't using, can damage occur? I'm not going to say that the damage can occur, but what will happen is your P-trap can go dry and you can get sewer gases through there. I would say if you're not using it, just go in, flush it once a month, once a week, whatever it may be. But if you want to turn it off, you can. Just be prepared for the sewer gas smell. Kal-El, there you go. Don't forget to like and share. And Tracy says no. And you're right, damage really can't occur unless it dries out, maybe dries out your flapper or something, but that's about it. Sean says they don't have to loop their vents here because the snow doesn't get too high. But the commenter's problem might also get solved. No, you're right. Extend it. I don't know that extending is going to help because he says it's freezing up there. You may be right, though. If it doesn't build up enough to get that, you may be right. New code here in Minnesota, no PVC on commercial through the roof. Only cast or copper gets it. Nothing wrong with that. It gets spendy. Would you ever use ProPress on soft copper? I've seen it done on repairs. Brent C says, toilet question. My water keeps running. Is it a fill valve issue or flush valve? You'll have to get in and check. If your valve valve's not shutting off, it could be. If your flapper's letting water through, that could be it. What I would do is turn off the water supply. That will shut your fill valve from running, and see if your water level drops. If so, it's probably your flapper, your flush valve. Yes, he does. Same. Both. Only the flush valve. You better think about that, guys. I've seen a fill valve that wouldn't stop no matter what. Didn't matter if you jiggled it or what. Could be the flapper. Yes, indeed. Keeps draining so it wants to fill. Then that's probably your flapper or your flush valve. Are you allowed to pro press onto CPVC? No. I've seen it done before, but always thought it looked weird, thought it could crack. Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah, here James Brown says they tried to sue us because they said master-owned trucks were too close to slavery. Ah, that's funny. Steve Arloa, Sean Strong's always watching. Boy, that's the truth. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. Dow's Defender. How does one-way vent work? It's like an air admittance valve. It'll let air in, but it won't let sewer gas smell out. Thanks, brother. Sean says, love it. Galaga's always been my favorite game. Going to buy the actual arcade if I can ever find it, but I'm right there with you. Tracy Maddock, there is a diaphragm that opens to draw air and a spring to close it. Keith's Place says, hello, can some moisture get in under your house foundation after a very heavy rain? Is that normal? It can if your foundation has shifted or settled and left an opening. Okay, misunderstood your age. You said earlier about 41. I know I look 41, but I'm really 58. Sean Strong, can definitely happen. Make sure you have grade away from the house. And yeah, gutters, everything works right. What pipes for plumbing do you prefer? I prefer PEX, expansion PEX. Copper. Copper's my favorite. PVC. Boom. Boom. Kel, I did answer it. I hope you saw that or heard it. Do you have any tips for splitting drainage for multiple flats in one building? Yeah. Make sure they each have their own cleanouts. That way they can be tested separately and cleaned out separately. Toilet lid is broken and won't go down. It's a modern one. Find out what brand it is. You can probably find a replacement online. Got it? Robbie says, what's a good starting wage for an apprentice? Depends on where you're at. Here in Texas, $15 to $17 is really good. Seats are easy to replace. Seats, lids, it's all easy to replace. Can I vent a macerator toilet in a basement? I would want to vent it. Robbie O'Neill, I wouldn't want to vent it in the basement. I would want to run it outside to get that sewer gas out. An apprentice that takes a lot of initiative and outworks many. That's what everybody needs to be. Homework says, hey, Roger, first year apprentice today, passed my early rigging test. Good for you, because rigging is one that I used to be an instructor, and at the instructor training program in Ann Arbor, rigging is one of the harder courses, so good for you. And written with 100%. This isn't certified rigger test for small rigging applications. Man, it's a great place to start. Click the like button, please. Kimberly, thank you so much. Michael P. Baker, don't use Sharpies in your career. Don't use Sharpies in your career. Okay. Yep, Julie is or was here. Was or is, whichever way. Mr. Dave Onette, is there a toilet where you said, oh, no way, not going to do this? Man, there is. I hate to say it. I walked in to do a drain cleaning one time, a stopped up toilet, and man, poop was piled on it like they'd been using it months, never worrying about anything else. The trash can next to it had wipe, toilet tissue paper covered. It was just nasty. And I said, yeah, I can't do this. Keith's Place. Can a very small amount of moisture be under your house? Yeah. Small amount not cause problem. You get a lot, you can get a lot of problem. Mr. Sean Strong, all over the subreddit and the Discord. Good to have you in here, as always. Joyce says, good to see you. Keith's Place, depending on the soil, if any moisture gets under your house, does it just sink into the ground below the foundation? What happens, enough moisture gets under there, it can literally pull the foundation away and cause foundation problems. Well, Julie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Showing no favoritism here. I completely understand. Larry the Shadow says hello. Yeah, Julie Sean Strong will be in town Saturday. Steve Harloa says, I'll bring my wife to work. It's bring my wife to work day. She's going to record me working to make a how-to video. Going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. Yes, it is. Is this chat where he's answering questions? Yes, sir, it is. Yeah, it can weep away. It can wash it out. It normally just doesn't stay there. Todd Rickett says, is everything that is in the code book on a journeyman license test? Not everything. They could not test you on the entire code book. It'd be 1,000 questions. But yeah, they do get most of the questions there from the code book. That's what I like about the UPC study guide. Steve says, younger plumbers always call me old school, but I don't mind because copper's always the best way to go. Isn't that the truth? There we go. Red Rids says, my outdoor faucet doesn't have a shutoff inside the house. I live in Chicago. Should I look at installing one, even though it's never frozen? It depends on how it's plumbed. If it's a frostproof sticking out of the wall, you may not need to. Man, I'd say take a picture of it, put it over on the subreddit, and we'll figure it out. James Brown says, I read it. Paper 2-day Target is looking to start 24 hours. Unreal. That's hard to compete with as an apprentice. Today's Target. Oh, Target's starting at 24 hours. 24 an hour. Wow. That toilet story reminds me of a job I went on in 2001. Inkster, Michigan. Same exact thing. Human waste filled to the rim. Yeah, and I feel bad that I walked away, but man, I was a young kid, and it was like, I don't know what. And my gag reflex, yeah, I'd have puked everywhere. Hey, it's always good when Sean's coming to town. Always shine my head. How do you keep moisture? Where it depends. Crailer Maid says, is there ever a case that PEX should be used for an intake directly up to a water heater? My parents recently had a tankless installed, and the plumbers used PEX for cold intake and hot output. I want to say code says you've got to maintain 18 inches away. I wouldn't, and I don't like running PEX unless it's Uponor because you've got reduced flow fittings. So I don't like it. And I caught up. Perfect timing too. Rita says there's a first time for everything. And Julie says hello to Steve. Guys, this is perfect timing. I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all. Again, I'm doing a plumber's apology party this Saturday at the Truck Yard in Dallas from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Love to have you there. If you bring in a plumber's license, an apprentice card, anything like that, I'm going to give you 2 tickets. You can drink, you can eat, you can do whatever you want with it. But I'd love to see you there. Love to talk to you. Come up, shake my hand, take a picture with me. Maybe if you're lucky, Sean Strong will take a picture with you. If you have not connected with him over on Instagram, boom_the plumber. Check him out. If you hadn't connected with me over on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, and I put this stuff up everywhere, and I do have fun with it. Dale Lewis, I love that comment. Been teaching the new guy how to throw away shark bites. That's fantastic. Make that go away. And Mr. Sean Strong, thank you, brother, for everything that you do. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed it here. I know I had some more comments come in right here at the very end. What are long-term career options for plumbing? You can do anything from being a plumber to owning your own company to anything in between. You can become a manager, a foreman, a superintendent. My son is an estimator. He's in the office on a computer all day. So there's a lot of different things. Growth potential is whatever you want it to be. You're good. No problem with that for the late question. Power vent tank water heaters. You can run PEX right into, but I believe with tankless they want full port. Roger, do you play any video games? Galaga, Asteroids. I'm old. Steve Arloa says, I'll have a Heineken on Saturday, but I have to do it here. Brother, if you come over here, I'll buy it. Matter of fact, you fly me over there, I'll buy you one. Mr. Highway 03, go join the Discord so we can chat. That's what it's all about. Listen to Mr. Sean Strong. Says, my boss is about to be 51. Do you think he should start his own business? There's nothing wrong with it. I didn't start mine until I was about 53, 52. So, yeah, you can. Yeah, we will definitely raise a glass. That is for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. It has been fun, as always. I love it when y'all are here because, we do. We talk about learning. We talk about being positive. We talk about being optimistic. We talk about recruiting into the trades. We all know that plumbers protect the health of the nation. And man, I always love the trades. It's what we do that helps get other people in and makes it all wonderful. So I will look for each and every one of y'all at the truck yard this Saturday from 12 to 2. Hopefully I will see y'all there. So thanks for being here. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.